Hey, my name's David, and welcome back to Backroads. Today, I am in Peterborough, Ontario, and I'm here. I haven't been here in a long time, and I wanted to see if I still remember some aspects of this city. And I'll talk a little bit about kind of the founding, what's happened here over the years, and yeah, take a walk in Millennial Park, and we'll also take a look at the downtown. This is a Sunday morning. Not a lot going on. It's like 8 o'clock, so let's take a look at downtown Peterborough. The Autonoma, wait, Autonoma B River Trail. Let's take a walk down to the water first. Millennial Way. This gives you some history of Peterborough. This is the Silver Bean. So I have to tell you, as soon as I arrived today, I was parked across the street from the Mental Health Association building. And no sooner did I pull up, but a lady came by, and she was dressed okay, right? And she said, I need help. And I'm like, okay, not a problem. What do you need? And she says, can you call an ambulance? So I called an ambulance, stayed with her until the paramedics arrived. And then I said, do you need me to stick around? And she goes, no, I'm okay now. And then off I went. And then I came down here to the waterfront trail, and I wasn't down here very long. And then there was these two ladies who were sitting down covered in blankets and everything else. Clearly they're having some hard times. And you know, it's just the facts of life. So anyways, I called that ambulance for that lady, and she was taken away, and it looks like she's going to get the help that she needs. But my heart just sinks, and it hurts, and it aches for all of the things that people are going through. I mean, look how beautiful this is, right? This place is beautiful. And there's still so much pain that people are going through. And it just hurts to I don't know, it just hurts when I see people, you know, clearly having mental health challenges, homelessness. It's hard for people. And it doesn't matter where you are in the world, whether it's okay. So on a different note, I'm walking along the waterfront here, and this is just flippin' awesome. I have no idea where I am, but they've got this area, so clearly a restaurant is here. I don't know which one, because I'm just kind of walking along here. This is Thanksgiving weekend, and it's Sunday morning. And I'm thinking, wow, what a really cool place to come. The lighthouse, I don't know, across over there, and then you've got this other boat over here. You can do some lift lock cruising. It's the Holiday Inn right there. I did not know I was going to walk down here. This is This is pretty awesome. It's pretty nice. Nice place to come. Boats are still in the water. It's still nice out. Good morning. Peterborough trails and bike paths. Okay, where the heck am I? Am I here? I think I'm down here on Little Lake. The Lake House Lounge and Grill. And this is on Little Lake. How would you like this view? Wow. This is beautiful. And it goes all the way around. All right, well, let's make our way back into downtown. That's the harness factory. Built, I guess they started in 1897. Went to 1997. Now it's something else. Coldwell Banker Electric Realty Brokerage. Okay, so you want to know the story about where this electric thing comes from? Here's the thing. Peterborough was settled, I guess, in 1825 by this one guy. And over the years, more and more businesses and settlement happened in town. And we know lumber was a big thing, grist mills, all those things. were a thing. But the GE but like they had a branch up here, and it was CGE, Canadian Electric Company. And okay, I'm looking, there's more murals over there. I'm not gonna walk over there, but you know, we got some more there. And anyways, as the town grew, right, what happened was Peterborough attracted a lot of businesses because it was the first to have electricity. And so all the businesses and stuff popped up and moved to Peterborough, and it became a big industrial kind of powerhouse, so to speak. Okay, there we go. So what you need to know is this Peterborough is a university town. So you got Riley's right here. You got the Junction next to it. Very popular places for a lot of people here in town. And so yeah, the Industrial Revolution kind of happened here. It was a big thing. And it was a big thing for quite a while because more and more businesses moved into town, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger. Like right now, the population is, I think, like 80 some odd thousand people. I know the sign when I drove in town said 81,000, but I have a feeling it's more than 81,000. I like when they do things like this. This is so cool. Instead of having these gray boxes, you know, it looks so much nicer when people put artwork on them, which is really nice. And you still have some of the old buildings still here in town, which is really awesome. Right, look at that, right? Like right up there. Just like the old buildings. It's so cool. This is the venue, and these are some of the shows that are playing. Apparently the girls can go out and see Thunder Down Under. 50 Shades of Fun Halloween. Got the smokehouse, the back 40 right there. Showplace Performance. These are some shows that are playing, obviously. Oh my gosh, we got Christmas stuff was just added. Can't believe it. That's the social right here. Now, as time went along, as Peterborough grew, more and more people moved into town. And then after the war, the First World War, you know, obviously they had the Depression came, and then World War II, and people went off to fight. Females went into the factories to help with the war effort. But then in the 50s, things, you know, kind of really started to change. And more people needed housing. And then when that happened, a number of other things kind of needed to take place. Oh, wait a minute, there's the Galaxy Theater over there. I don't know, what street is this? Oh, this is Charlotte Street. Okay. I'm just going to stay on this side. Look at this. Look at the clock tower right there. So as time went along, more and more housing was needed, but In the 60s, we hit the peak of manufacturing, and then things started to decline. I don't know why I'm waiting. There's nobody here. Um, Things started to decline. And, when things started to decline, you run into some problems. And, as time goes on, they had to shift, right? So they had, a university get built, they had a college get built, healthcare was a big thing, services became a big thing, and so they had to transition away. The government moved in with a number of stable jobs as well, and so it kind of stabilized things. Right? So, Ministry of Community and Social Services, it's a building right here. But yeah, so things kind of stabilized, and Peterborough continued to grow. But we run into a situation like everywhere else in Canada, and to be quite honest, everywhere else, and that is things started to get pretty expensive. And when things start to get expensive, I don't just mean one or two things. I mean, housing has become very expensive. And for people, when the rents are like going up, continuously, okay, you know what? This building right here, I'm going to come back here. I know I'm a little all over with my stories. Apologize. This building right here, when I was like 13, or no, I don't even know how old I was. Maybe I was 15. But this building went through extensive renovations. And my father, he was part of that. And I remember there was a guy fixing the door frame, and that right there, he was fixing all of that door, and the concrete and everything else. This was in 1985. And then I also remember trying to pull up some carpet that was put down with like contact cement. It was crazy. But yeah, this right here, I remember it. Hopefully that's exactly what this place, I don't even know what it was called back in the 80s. I mean, it wasn't this. It wasn't the Speakeasy, but it was something else. And it was kind of some kind of department store. It wasn't the Bay. It wasn't Tip Top Tailor. It wasn't Marks and Spencer. It wasn't Braemar. It wasn't any of those kind of stores, but it was something. And I for the life of me can't remember. Right? I honestly can't remember what it was. But I remember I was here. I was here as a teenager helping my dad on a job site. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. So a lot of these places, again, are for the college and the university crowd, right? They come all out, party it up. It's quiet on a Sunday morning, though. Not a lot going on. And typically when there's not a lot going on the streets, you're gonna see people that have fallen through the cracks. You're gonna see people who actually really do need help. Whether it's drug addiction, whether it's just mental health crisis that they're going through, whatever. I mean, everybody needs help at some point in time. And you see a lot more of that when it's quieter out on the street, right? Because when there's not a lot going on, there's a lot of people who are like sleeping in the park or on a trail or close to the water, or they're trying to hide somewhere so no one bothers them. It's got to be hard. So I mean, this is kind of like a mid-size city, because in 1905, that's when Peterborough became a city. Just a year before Lock 27. Well, actually, it wasn't. Lock 27. Sorry, not Lock 27. The completion of the Severn Waterway was completed on this site in 1897. Nothing happened. Okay, so here's my other dilemma. I'm now looking at this building thinking maybe it was this building where I worked with my dad in 1985. I mean, it's got the same corner, it's got the whole door rounded. I don't know, is it this one? I don't think I'll ever know. My dad's no longer around. I talked to my brother, he doesn't know, but I don't know. Now, what does this say? Dedicated memory of Michael James Porter, the inventor of this project by the Porter family. What project? The inventor of... Oh wait, the innovator. Not the inventor, the innovator of this project by the Porter family. I don't know what that was. No idea, couldn't tell you. The Black Horse Pub. Yeah, that's just another place to come. What do they have for specials? So this is where, remember that story I was telling you about this lady who who needed me to call for an ambulance? Well, this is where it was. Right where these flags were flying. This is the Canadian Mental Health Association. This is where I had to call from. I was actually parked right over here. So we got another park over here, and this is for a lot of the veterans. So maybe we pay our respects and then we go down to another park that I wanted to go to, because I think that's where the settlement started in Peterborough. Okay, this is Civic Park. It's fascinating, how as times have changed, people's thoughts, feelings have changed on so many aspects of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. Okay, so in memory of a chivalry of our men and women who fought and died defending humanity against aggression. Their names are here for everybody to see. Wow, look at all of the World War one vet's 1914 and 1918. It goes on and on and on. And then we have World War II. And then we also have the Korean. But like, look how many more people in the First World War compared to the Second World War. I don't know if it wraps around. Take a look. Nope. I find that astounding. Very sad. Now I don't know what this other building is over here. Oh, wait a minute. There's more names. The Korean War, and this is World War II. Wow. Wait, this is more World War II. Oh my gosh. This is pretty insane. More World War II. And more. And more. And more. Oh my God. And more. And more. This is all World War II. Oh, and then World War One. Okay, World War II was insane. But World War One was insane too. Like, this is crazy. Wow. All right, so this is the armory right over here. Okay, let's get a closer look at the armory. Wow, look at that building. Okay, it's kind of crazy. Okay, and then we'll go over to the other area that I was talking about before, the other park. I mean, you know, you look at these buildings here, these modern condo buildings, next to the church, next to the armory. Like, talk about history in so many different, I don't know, I just think it's pretty cool. Okay, well, I'm not parking. I just want to get a picture. Like, this is awesome. What a cool building. (1908). Wow. So cool. It's like a castle. Oh, and they got a plaque over here too, telling you a little bit about it. So this is the Peterborough Armory. Riding a wave of national pride and military enthusiasm following the South African War of 1899 to 1902, the Canadian government embarked on a major reform of the nation's defense system. The new program included an expanded and upgraded militant and the construction of new armories across the country. The Peterborough Armory, 1907 to 1909, recalling, well, it is a pretty amazing fortress, and its turrets, arched troop doors, and wait, there's a crazy roof line. There's so many different things here. Wow. And then you have these old buildings right across the street. Wow. And then the armory just kind of keeps on going down. It's pretty huge. A lot of history. All right, let's make our way down to the park. This is the Robinson settlement. In an effort to alleviate poverty and unemployment in Ireland, the British government in 1825 sponsored a settlement of Irish immigrants in the Newcastle district of Upper Canada, and Peter Robertson later that province's commissioner of government crown lands, was appointed superintendent, and in May in 2024 persons sailed from Cork. A few settled elsewhere, and disease thinned their numbers, but by September the remainder were gathered in temporary shelters on the site of Peterborough. Under Robinson's supervision, the free rations were disputed until November, and then in 1826 cabins erected, and in 1878 settlers successfully established on their land in the Peterborough region. Huh. It's always fascinating to understand, and I don't even know what building this is. So, just going to walk through Victoria Park up to Lang Pioneer Village, which is up at the top. Obviously the fountain's closed for the season. I don't really know what this building is all about. It's Pioneer Village. Okay, it's a bit of a stair. Stairs are a little okay. All right. So this is the district courthouse and jail in 1838. Okay. It's a factory of some sort. It smells good. It may be a factory for food. St. John's Anglican Church. Good morning.
Morning. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. I keep forgetting that's today. Where do we go from here? I just noticed one of the tavern's names, the Pig's Ear Tavern. I don't know who comes up with these names. But the architecture, man, on some of these buildings is just cool. I already talked about that building because I may have worked in there when I was a kid. But look at those windows. I mean, this is like really crazy. And the other thing I'm noticing walking on this side of the street is all of the old buildings, they're all still intact. Right, if you know what I mean? Like all the roof lines. I mean, you got this one here that's being updated, but you got a lot of the other ones that, yeah, like this one right here is being updated, but then all these other ones, they're all still the same. And that's really cool. Wait a minute. This bridal house, that may have been the building that I worked in with my dad all these years ago. Again, it's got that rounded corner. I know it's one of three buildings that it could have been, and they're all old. They're all still, I don't know. Honestly, I'm having a real hard time trying to determine which building it was. But I know it was in the downtown area. I know that. And think about this. Back in the 1800s, 1700s, people would walk under these awnings because people up here were throwing their shit and piss out the window. And walking under this protected you from that because this is where the businesses were on the lower level. I just, I just, I have such a hard time comprehending all of that. The clock tower is probably my favorite building in this entire town, or I should say city. How did it become 9:30 already? Holy smokes. It's gone by fast. Okay, I'm gonna walk down Charlotte Street. Actually, I'm not gonna walk down Charlotte Street. I'll walk down to the next one. Peterborough Inn and Suites. Well, that was a very quiet walk downtown Peterborough. Oh, and this is, what is it, the Back 40 Smokehouse. This is how much things are in 2025. Let's see if we can see the Canoe Museum. Figure out where that is. Let's go to Lock 21, baby. I'm under the lock. That's kind of crazy. Canoe Museum.